What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Outpost, and the new trailer for Clone Wars just came out, a full 2-minute trailer for supposedly the final season of the Clone Wars on Disney+. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at it. I haven't actually watched through it yet. I just started and paused it at the Lucasfilm thing here, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what it's like. We'll do a reaction. We'll talk a little bit about Clone Wars.
Soon, the galaxy.
Here we go.
Soon, the galaxy will be remade.
So Bo-Katan and Mandalore, I think a lot of us are wondering about that plot.
The Jedi and the Republic will die.
Maul, all right.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. Great care.
So we see Maul there trying to, he's trying to mind control a clone. I couldn't quite catch who that was, but the clones are going to be one thing people are really interested in seeing what happens. That is one of the best parts of Clone Wars, is the clones itself.
We must take.
Why would anyone walk away from being a Jedi? We were trained to be keepers of the peace.
Again, one of the coolest things I think that people are going to be looking forward to. Some of this, a lot of people know the plots of a lot of these stories, but the Mandalorians and Ahsoka, people want to see Siege of Mandalore. People want to know what happened.
Not soldiers.
We clones have mixed feelings about the war. Without it, we wouldn't exist.
All part of the plan. The plan. Everything is about to change.
What? Hold on. I don't know if you guys could see that. Sorry. Here, I'll move myself real quick. Padme is clearly pregnant here. She has to be. She's holding her belly. It seems big. She has to be pregnant. We'll talk about the end.
Every choice made has led to this.
Well, there you go. Well, I gotta be honest, it's an awesome trailer. As far as getting you amped up for this thing. The music, especially the last half, the music's really getting you going. The final season of Clone Wars, I feel like they could have done more. And I think it's interesting that they only went with one final season. The stuff they already had a lot of the animation done for and everything. You think they could have stretched it out a little bit, in my opinion. But, yeah, a couple... So, obviously, Ahsoka, a favorite character for so many people, is going to feature heavily. We're going to see what happened to her after she left the Jedi Order. Between that and maybe meeting up with the Mandalorians for the Siege of Mandalore, she can hook back up with Anakin. It's going to be interesting to see how they actually do that. I think the clone part of the story, too, I really like the part by Rex there, talking about how they feel weird about it, because without the war we wouldn't exist. However, this is what we are. This is what we're bred for, kind of thing. The clones kind of having this, not really identity crisis, but just considering themselves that way. That's always been one of the greatest parts of the Clone Wars series, has been the clones. We see Anakin. Let's see if I can find Anakin. Here we go. We see Anakin with the longer hair, the Revenge of the Sith length hair. right here. He seems to be angry. He seems to be pretty aggressive in most of what we're seeing. Yeah, that maybe I'm wrong. That I'm not wrong. That has to be. She has to be pregnant. It's a hologram of her pregnant. I mean, it's what it looks like to me. Is that what that looks like to you guys? So this final season of Clone Wars is going to overlap with Revenge of the Sith. Is that what this means? I don't think it's a vision. It definitely looks like a hologram to me. Very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's one of my favorite parts of the Clone Wars. Getting to know him. So hopefully we didn't see a whole lot of Obi-Wan in this trailer per se, but it's only 2 minutes, and obviously the big thing is going to be Anakin leading up to Revenge of the Sith, and Ahsoka, kind of what she's been doing since leaving the Jedi Order, and of course Darth Maul, because everyone loves Darth Maul, even though we know where his story is going to end. I think that'll be maybe the biggest thing that some people have with the Clone Wars is that we really there's not really any stakes involved in this final season at all, especially now with what we have in Rebels. So we know what happened to Ahsoka after that. We know what happened to Rex after that in Rebels. So there's not going to be any real fear of them dying or anything like that, because we know their fate. We obviously know the fate of Obi-Wan and Anakin and the Jedi and the galaxy. But all these other characters, we know exactly what's going to happen to them. So maybe that might be a struggle for people to get a little bit invested to it. But we'll see. I think that people in general are going to go crazy. The Clone Wars diehards are going to go crazy for this when it comes out. As right they should. They've been asking for this for years because they had these ready to go before they canceled Clone Wars. So the people that have been waiting so long for this are going to be really happy to see it released. I think you guys probably know my feelings on Clone Wars. I'm not the biggest fan. I do enjoy it. I have several of the Blu-rays right up there. There's certain things about it that irritate me. That's not what I'm going to talk about on this, though. This is a trailer reaction. And overall, I think this trailer really does its job. It really gets you hyped. And the more I think about it, let me share the screen back again. This part right here, like I was saying, it just reminded me when I was talking about it. This scene definitely, that has to be the one from Revenge of the Sith.
Since a plot to destroy the Jedi.
Because you have Obi-Wan on Utapau at the time, I believe. Mace Windu and Yoda are still there. Yeah, I'd have to go back and take a look, but that's certainly...
Great care we must take.
It can't just be happenstance. They can't just be using that. That has to be taking place during Revenge of the Sith. Did I say Return of the Jedi? Revenge of the Sith, obviously. So that's interesting, and it does make sense because supposedly the Siege of Mandalore is supposed to bump up against Order 66. So there is evidently going to be some overlap in this, which is going to be interesting. Get a little different perspective of exactly how Episode 3 takes place. An interesting trailer. It gets you thinking. Darth Maul. Sam Witwer does a great job voicing Darth Maul to get you really invested and involved. But there you have it. There's the Clone Wars trailer that drops, let's see, a month from now. February 21st is when it's going to come out on Disney+. I do think they're going to be an episode-by-episode release. At least I highly recommend it if I'm Disney+. That's what I would do if I were them. I'm sure everyone would like to be able to binge it, but I think the episodic releases are the best for the corporations and to keep people intrigued and talking about it for a longer period of time. But we'll see. What did you guys think about this trailer? Even as someone who's not, totally invested, not a huge Clone Wars Filoni person, even I looked at this trailer and I was like, yeah, it's pretty solid. The great sweeping music, some things that kind of get you intrigued of what's going to happen in this season. Like I said, we know a lot of it already from storyboards that have already been released, even some rough animation. But the Siege of Mandalore, what a lot of people want to know, because that affects The Mandalorian, that affects the events we saw in Star Wars Rebels, that affects so much of what they've been doing in some of Disney canon. So Siege of Mandalore is definitely something that people want to see, and I imagine that'll be at the end of the season to overlap, to bump up against Order 66, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this trailer. Are you hyped for Clone Wars? I can't say I'm hyped, but I think it's a great trailer, and I am happy that a lot of people are getting what they want, because there are so many people who are really excited for the Clone Wars final season. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.